Well, I'm making a different kind of, what do you call it, nugget thing today. It's well, it's kale based this time, but it doesn't have to be. In fact, it's better if it's not. But I have a lot of kale right now, so it's kale based. And it also, so most of the bowl is filled with kale pulp, which I've minced up really finely in the food processor. And I've also added a bunch of tomato pulp with orange tomatoes there, you can see. And that's minced green onions, 2 bunches worth. And I've put in about now half thyme and half a mixture of cinnamon and nutmeg. So about, I'm gonna guess 3 tablespoons worth of thyme, and then 1.5 tablespoons of each cinnamon and nutmeg ground up. But I might have put more than that. So anyway, we'll see. And I hope I put thyme, because I didn't have it labeled. And sometimes my recipes end up interesting this way, but it should be thyme. And I'm gonna hold it all together with peanut butter. So I'm going to put probably about 500 grams of peanut butter in there and see how well that works out. And I'll just keep mixing it until it sticks together. And then I'll shape them in the nuggets and then roll them around in the mixture of amaranth, which is the white stuff, and quinoa, which is the black and red seeds. And the tiniest seed in there is teff, and that's a little green. So, and teff is great. They're all, of course, they're whole grains because you can see them, the seeds. And they're all, well, actually quinoa and amaranth aren't really grains per se, they're seeds. But they're all gluten-free, and teff actually helps promote weight loss, so it's pretty handy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mix this all up and shape them in nuggets, put them in that, and then I'm going to just put them straight into freezer bags once I get done dipping them around in there, because they won't stick together in the freezer bag. So I don't have to freeze them separately on a sheet and then transfer them to freezer bags. I can just put them straight in the freezer bag. So that's really handy. What else? Oh, I was going to talk about these movies here. This one I didn't care for. It, let's see, the film quality was good, even though they did it in black and white, and I don't tend to like that, and it didn't seem to have a real purpose to it. You could say there was a racial sort of theme, so maybe the black versus whatever, but it was black and Korean, and I don't know. I didn't care for it. Important information for everybody to know. Didn't care for the movie that much, but whatever. This one, as much as it was obviously an indie sort of film, and they wouldn't have put that much money into it, I was pretty impressed. As far as lesbianish content kind of movies go, I thought they did a pretty good job. I mean, woman here is a bit confused about her sexuality, bisexual, but wants to, at this point in her life, wants to be with women, doesn't really know how. Anyway, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty good. This one I enjoyed also. It's kind of deep. And it was another indie film, and I thought they did a pretty good job. Now this one kind of scared me, honestly. Let's see, my film is going kind of dark. I don't know how to not do the shadow here. But it was done in black and white also. And it's about a guy who follows other people, just strangers, and he ends up in a bit of a predicament. And yeah, it kind of spooked me because it was done in such a ho-hum kind of, oh, everyday kind of, oh yeah, a guy just follows people, big deal. And wow. So I thought that it was really done well. I don't tend to like movies in black and white unless there's a purpose for it, and I didn't see a purpose for black and white in this one. It was done in 2001, so it's not like there wasn't any other option. And I think a lot of the time people use black and white just to seem artful, and it's not unless there's a purpose for it. So anyway, but in spite of the black and whiteness of this, I did like the yellow subtitles against the black and white film, even though they weren't necessary. It was British, right? And I understood them perfectly well. Anyway, I enjoyed the film. I think anybody would.